Hey, I'm back live again. Just a little bonus episode. I know nobody knows about it, so probably nobody's going to watch. Yeah, you're going to go right there. Okay, I'm finishing up. I'm making a short sock out of this super cute Fair Isle yarn that I just happened to sell on csnsupplies.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. I'm finishing up the heel. It was a deep heel. Okay, but the point is, I want you to see that I'm doing the heel on this side. I'm calling this the front of the machine. Okay. Looks like I almost missed that stitch right there. So those fibers didn't get on the hook, so I'm going to put them on now. That's always nice when the demonstrator makes a mistake. Let's go finish. Alright, V-hook. I guess I should be talking. I hope everybody's taking this time to do lots of cranking and get started on Christmas stuff. I know I am. I'm using the Cobweb Lycra with this yarn. Looks like it got a little frayed. Maybe it, no, it's still attached. Sometimes that stuff can be a real pain in the keister. But I continue to use it because I like what it does to my sock. But every spring, I don't know what it is, I just cannot stop making little short socks. Like I'm going to be wearing all these wool socks all summer long. Let me tell you, my life stage does not do good for wool socks. Okay, any socks. If I don't wear the socks I made, I just don't wear socks. Because I cannot wear commercial socks anymore. They hurt my feet. They rub my little princess feet. Okay, now this is the second needle on the left hand side. That means I am finished. And I am going to lower all my needles. And crank the foot of this sock. I love to make short socks. All different kinds. Go back to 0. Now making sure that all my latches are open. Visually, manually, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to take this first row real nice and slow. That one stitch right there did not knit. I'm not going to worry about it. Didn't knit that time. This is a 54 cylinder. This is Africa Lilac. I think it's Jacaranda. I'm out of it. I'm waiting patiently. Well, okay, I'm waiting impatiently to get new yarn in. Now I'm going to make the toe decreasing on this side of the machine. No, I'm going to decrease on, yeah, these needles are going to be in work. So, don't get yourself all wrapped up in semantics. A toe is always half the needles. And you would think I'd have a fancy little crescent here handy that says csmsupplies.com, and of course there's not one available right this second. So I'm going to raise the front half of the needles. Now, you know how when we make the toe on this side, this is going to be the same thing, but it's like wearing your underwear backwards. It's just a little awkward, and so this is going to be a little awkward for me. So I've got to remember that instead of on the right, I'm starting on the left. I'm going to raise needle 1 and crank the row. Now the reason we're making the toe on the opposite side, raise needle 1, crank the row, is so that our pattern will not be interrupted on the top of the foot. That's why, or that would be the reason for making the toe on the opposite side. One reason. The other reason is if you're not real good at Kitchener just yet, this will be on the bottom of the foot. So nobody's going to see if you make a little boo-boo. I normally don't teach making this way because I think it's stressful enough having to learn the heel and toe on this side, and this makes it a little confusing. So this would be, for me, in my teaching, an advanced step it up a notch way of making your socks. Now, there are people out there with the initials of Rosalind Keys. She always makes her toe on this side of the sock. Now, we all know that we envy the way she makes her socks because she just makes such beautiful socks. But everything she does is very thoughtful, very slow, and very deliberate. So, I'm not saying that she's slow. She just would not making a pair of socks fast is not her goal. Making a beautiful pair of socks that are going to last and last, that is her goal. Alright, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's needle number 8. That means we're raising needle 8 on this side. Let's raise needle 9 on this side. And needle 9 on this side. Again, this is a 54 cylinder. Okay, now, instead of cheating, let me put my V-hook up here. Now we're going to lower 8 and 9. Okay, got to help me remember, I'm starting on this side. Because anything I do on this side is going to be a mirror image on this side. Lower 8 and 9. And it missed. So what I have to do is wiggle these needles. There we go. Now, let's get back to where we were. We were lowering 8 and 9 on this side. It's another good reason to go slow. See, I pushed that needle down too far because I'm not used to doing it this way. There we go. No, it's going to miss. It's not all the fibers are going to go, so let's back it up and try again. I know, I told you guys you can never go backwards. Let's see. So since I'm having a no wait, we got to make sure we're on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Those are the ones that we want to lower. Get back organized. Sorry if you can't see because of my fat fingers. Okay. Okay, so what I did was I wrapped the yarn behind it so I don't have to worry about it not knitting. Oh, and guess what? I dropped one on this side. Boy, oh boy. Okay, So when you drop one on the toe, you see how there was a loop right here, but there's a loop right here. This is really hard to see. We do this on Sock TV, where you can get in really close and you can see. I don't think you're going to be able to get it with, there's a loop right here. It goes on that one. That one just came unknitted. And then there's a loop right here that you kind of have to know about. Now, every time I fix this stuff, I'll tell you right now that I can't fix it perfect when I drop a stitch in the toe or the heel. Okay. So now, let's count. No, we're going to lower this needle right here. This is needle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because you remember we did 8 and 9 on that first row. Now it wanted to go closed again on me. So I have to be super careful. Yep, it went just fine that time. Now, if I'm worried that it's going to go closed, I can also wrap that yarn back around behind there like that. Then I don't have to worry about that. It takes an element of stress and worry out. And right now, we don't need any more stress and worry, do we? So if I wrap it behind, I know that that's going to knit. If I'm doing the suicide method, I have to be really careful. And I will confess that I learned how to do heels and toes, 1 up, 2 down. Then I got switched to the wrapped method. Then I got switched to, well, first I got switched to Deb's Fast and Easy, which that's what got me making heels and toes. I know this is all making you confused. The point is, there's lots of ways to make heels and toes. Stick with the one that you can understand the best until you master that one. Then you can branch out and do it other ways. But master the one that you like the best. And for me, the one that I mastered first was the wrapped one. Okay, so now I'm still on my needle number 2 on this side. Wrap that behind there. So that means I'm lowering needle number 2 on this side. Wrap it behind. Now I'm going to lower needle number 1 on this side. And I'm going to lower needle number 1 on this side. Alright, you're going to see why here in just a second. I'm going to complete that whole row. Okay? Now the sock is finished. Let's cut this. Try to get as much of that out of the way as we can. Cut our yarn, leaving enough of a tail to Kitchener it closed. Now we're going to bring in our highly contrasting waist yarn. Now, the reason I like to do it this way is because I can really tell where my Kitchener stitches go when I'm getting ready to sew the toe closed. Okay, so I'm going to bring my yarn carrier to in between the front, in between, over here to the first needle. Okay, in between that working and non-working needle. Now, I'm going to crank this row. When I get right up here, which would be the 5 o'clock position on your side, or the 11 o'clock position on my side, I'm going to close, or lower these latches, and see how I do it, just a couple at a time. Okay. You can also use your fat parts of your fingers to do that, and cut those latches open. Nice little latches. And I'm going to crank this row. Now, let me show you what I was talking about. See that gap right there? And there's a gap right there? That tells me the 2 sides that I'm Kitchener closed. Now, the other thing that gripes my butt is when people don't use enough waist yarn. And they go like 4 or 5 rows, wind this up, use it again. But real quick, let me show you why we did this. So that this pattern continues to the top of the foot. See my sock right here? I'm going to sew it closed on the underneath side. But on these really highly ferile looking socks, it's really nice to have the pattern not break. Okay? Thanks for joining me. Hope you learned something new.